Hi everyone, Amy here with Amy Swears, and today I have a stamping only encouragement card to share with you. So let's jump right in. Now this is a stamp set that I recently acquired. It's called Embroidery Flowers. It's from Spellbinders. I'm going to use my Luxe collection of Catherine Pooler ink pads and this card base of 120-pound cardstock. Now here is a photo of the finished card to show you the direction that we're going. It's actually all stamping. It's done directly on the card base, and there's no dimension other than the little resin droplets. So I have my original size Mini Misty, and I have a grip mat that I got from scrapbook.com. And the reason I opted to use that is just because I knew that I was going to want some of the stamping to go off the edge of the composition. And so I wanted to be able to hold my card base without it shifting within the Misty. So you can see here, I'm just going to line up all these stamps all over on the composition, mindful that they go over the edge because it just looks more visually appealing in that way rather than keeping it all within the inside of the card. So I'm just lining up all over the place, and then I decide, oh wait, I need to put the sentiment in somewhere. So I'm just kind of reconfiguring, and this is honestly what took the longest amount of time. So as you can see, I did come in with two different colors for this design, but I basically used all the florals from this stamp to start all within the one color that I chose. So here, I'm still fiddling here. Like I said, this is the hardest part, was just figuring out the layout and then ultimately coming back in. So I am using my magnet there just in case. Sometimes you'll see with new stamps they get really sticky and they'll pull your card base right up, and I didn't want it to dislodge and mess up how I had everything aligned. So one of the stamps, as you can see, is already stained. I've used that one, and it doesn't affect it at all when they get stained. It's actually just a sign that it's a good photopolymer product. But the other ones I hadn't used yet, so I conditioned them with my eraser there. You can use your hand or an eraser, and what that does is it just gets the manufacturer's gunk off of the stamp so that you get a better impression. And I'm using my press tool from Tailored Expressions, and just one go. Look how perfect that was. So that was one of the pretty luxe colors from Catherine Pooler. Here I'm figuring out quickly that I don't have room to put that big honkin' one back in there. So I just take some of the smaller ones after I washed them and made sure they were dry. I'm just kind of reconfiguring, putting those all around, and how I can add that pretty deep orangey yellow color to the design. So this is the Glitz color. I can't remember what the teal was, but like I said, it was in the Luxe collection, and I'm just going to stamp that down. And then I realized that it wasn't quite enough yellow. It needed a little bit more. So I do find a way to kind of reconfigure and add some other smaller ones into this design just to add a little bit more yellow. So this one I'm able to kind of finagle in there, but some of the other spots I'm just going to have to leave them be because it's just too close to the other flowers, and I don't want to overdo it. So if I move that magnet, I can fit another little one in there, and then it'll give more of an equal balance of this yellow color onto the composition. So this is a fun way to just use some of your stamp sets. If you're not sure how to use it, don't overthink it. Just kind of lay them around on your card base. Here I'm just kind of dabbing off the excess ink. I don't want to rub it because I don't want to pull the adhesive off, but I didn't want to leave the ink on there either. So now I'm just going to tuck that under my mat for future use. And then on the inside of the card, this is where I'm able to bring in that big pretty one again. And I decided to do that, as well as another one of the sentiments from the set with that yellow color. So fun stamp set. I'm really pleased with this. It's so much detail. It's really surprising. Don't mind my inky fingers. But it kept all that detail, even with my juicy ink pads. So I was really impressed at how well it stamped. Really good, high quality stamp set. And the font on the sentiments on the stamp set are so cool too, just very unique. And now I'm just going to finish the card with these little resin drops. I'm not sure what brand these are. I've gotten them from a few different places, but they're some of my favorites, and I will link something similar in the video description box below. I know they do have something very similar on Amazon as well, so I will link that and any other available products in the video description box below. If you're interested in any of those, you can just expand and scroll down. And I'm just using my jewelry picker tool. Again, this one I got from Doodles Paper Playground, which sadly is no longer in business. But I will link something similar. If I forget, let me know in the comments. But that's going to finish my card. Really easy, only stamping. So if you're in the mood to stamp and use some pretty colors and something maybe you've neglected in your stash, then I hope this inspires you. So thanks for spending time with me today, and I'll catch you next time. Bye.